Welcome to your Genesis moment. Welcome back, family, to the Genesis Effect podcast, episode 3. I'm excited today because today we get to talk about something that we mentioned last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. Life be lifing. About the importance of who you hire in your business and how that can hurt you, help you, or hinder your growth. So I want to say first, welcome back to TC. TC, not to put your business on the street, but you did experience a loss. And so we welcome back TC with open arms and big old hugs, as we life be lifing, and losing your loved ones is never easy. So glad to have you back. And talking about, business, which is your favorite thing to do.
Yes.
So, well, one of your favorites. All right, so let's hop right into it, because last episode, we were just discussing investing and making sure where to put your capital once you received it, and then the importance of who you hire. And I remember saying, put a pin in that, because that can be a whole episode. And so now we have the episode about it, because I think it's one of the, we don't talk about it enough. Let's just keep it there. Let's just keep it a buck. So how important, TC, hit us with some data. How important, or what's the impact to business? What can be the impact to business when you don't hire the right people?
So when we were talking about this, we were doing our research, I came across 3 things that stood out to me. One, according to a survey by a career builder, 1 in 3 business owners regret hiring their friends or family. Also, 48% of small businesses that fail cite team issues as a major reason, often due to hiring based on familiarity. I feel like that man on that gift.
Familiarity.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Rather than skill.
I got you, sis.
I felt like that man. Then also, the last one was a Harvard Business Review study shows that most startups with family-based business management teams are 20% more likely to fail than those that hire externally.
So much to unpack there. All right, so let's hit with the first one. Hiring family and friends, they regret it.
It's a lot that can go into that. I saw this quote that said loyalty is powerful, but it doesn't replace expertise. And
snaps.
Because we grow up, look after each other, even from when you're a kid. Like, I'm an only child, but I have a lot of cousins. So I'm the oldest one. So look after your cousins. Do this, do that. Y'all are together. If one fight, we all fight. And if you got some, make sure that the other one have it.
Right. Yeah, that mentality, which is good from a family setting perspective. But when it comes to business, that does not apply. Like, I think the LeBron James concept, right? How he hired his friends and they ended up being great at what they do. That doesn't always work out like that, because
look at MC Hammer.
Right. I'm 100%. Let's give somebody a chance, but you have to study a craft, learn it, become an expert, or try to, continuously inform yourself and study the craft or the product or the service in which you're trying to provide in order to get better, to help it grow. So what Maverick and team and Rich Paul and LeBron and that whole squad did, I love that for them. But is that the norm? Absolutely not. And so a mistake that I've seen is when I talk to people, they're like, oh, my cousin does this, or, my sister helps me do this. It's when those people aren't actually good at that job or trying to learn that job. And as a business owner, you spin your wheels, because now you're trying to balance. I don't want to upset them. I'm not trying to hurt their feelings. That's my cousin. That's my family. That's my whatever. Meanwhile, you losing money every day.
And
every day you're losing money because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings.
And sometimes they don't take it serious, right?
Yeah.
They blur that line, because, say, for instance, if you hire someone that's older than you, that may be your cousin, your aunt, your, Lord forbid, if it's your parent, right? And you're trying to tell them, like, no, this is how this is supposed to go, and you can't talk to them like that. I've been doing this for 47 years, and how you gonna tell? First of all, first
Yes,
of
you
all, man,
wipe your diaper. How you dare you talk to me?
right.
Yes,
So that's when you have to say, look, you could be my mom, my granny, my auntie, mama on the side, but when we step into this zone, I'm the one who make the final business decisions. I'm the one who, and I don't get me wrong, because there's been plenty of people who sold season to me, and it gave me the wings to be able to become and evolve. But I
hmm
was hungry. I wasn't entitled. I was hungry. There's a difference. Entitlement breeds contempt. That entitlement will have them thinking that, oh, I can do this because you love me. You need to pay me. Excuse me? Like, how dare you? It's the gall. Like,
it's
for
the
me,
audacity for me.
because how dare
No,
you?
but that's a real thing. That is a real thing, and you spend more time as a business owner stressing about that than and trying to navigate familiar relationships, trying not to have dinner or Thanksgiving be weird because
Right.
now she didn't got her business, now she thinks she's smart or better than da, da, da. You try to, and let's be real now. I'm not saying that that's everybody's experience. We're not a monolith. Everybody does not have the same experience, but I've seen and personally dealt with that mentality. And to your point about being hungry, one thing I learned is that you cannot force somebody or try to like
You can't give
give
them
them
it.
the
You
same
can't teach them
type of let's
ambition.
go get this drive, that if they don't have it, that is, they have to have that individually themselves before you go into business. So you really got to test that, because I'm not afraid to talk about my entrepreneurial fails. But when you try to go into business with family, they have to be as hungry as you are. Family, friends, whatever, they have to be as hungry as you are, because if they're not, you absorb that burden because you're trying to make your thing pop. And so you losing sleep by yourself. You being a tax accountant, business person, marketing person, customer
Everything.
service, you all this by yourself. Meanwhile, they chilling, thinking that everything going good. No, they have to share the burden and be as hungry as you and be as knowledgeable as you, if not more. Because one thing that you do not want to be is the smartest person in the room all the time. You need to surround your people who are experts in their field or want to be, right? Everybody got to start somewhere, but go out and seek the knowledge so they can continuously inform you. No, let's do this. Let's do this. Actually, this may be better. Because as a business owner, you don't know everything. As you can see, I'm very passionate about this topic.
No, 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 no. Like when you first started talking and you were like, they were saying different things, and then they try to tell you, I speak in movie quotes, song lyrics. I am that person that would relate something to something. And as soon as you said that, I thought about Monique on Precious. What she say? Since you got your degree. Like they really want to, they really treat you like that.
They really do. But wait, you want to know something? You might take my black card. I've never seen Precious. I can love in basketball. You
So
can brown sugar.
I'll say this. Precious is one of the movies that I only seen once. I don't have to see it again.
Yeah, I heard you're gonna have to see it twice. I heard one is enough.
That is like that Tyler Perry for Color Girls. I only seen that once. I don't have to see that again. That is not on a repeat. That is not. I'm good. Along with the Passion of the Christ,
Yeah, I saw Passion of the Christ
I'm
once and
okay.
I'm
That's
squared.
one of my one and dones.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good on that.
Yeah,
I'm
Precious. I mean, Precious was precious. That's all I can say.
all right. Well, I
Okay,
guess
and
that'll
we'll
be
move on from there.
yeah. I guess that'll be our times one day. But can we just say I'm tired of like the movies like of movies like that, like all of it. Okay. But babe, going back, so you cannot give people your own hustle, or you cannot force them
You
or
can't teach ambition.
teach. Thank you. You cannot teach ambition, and everybody ain't got it, and that's okay. But when that's one thing that people have to understand and is accept their truth on what they're good at, what they're
Yeah.
not good at, what you're capable of, and what you're not capable of. Because the worst thing that you could do is overpromise and underdeliver, baby.
Ooh,
That is terrible. You break everybody heart. You let everybody down,
everybody,
and we were
everybody.
rooting for you.
We were rooting for you. You know what? As you stated, I had a loss, and that was on me, y'all. My grandfather passed away. That was my favorite person in the world. Okay. So when I always used to tell people either I'm in Houston or I'm in Austin. I was in Austin at my grandpa's house. Okay. So my grandfather isn't he was a serial entrepreneur. He did what he had to do. And grandparents are known to spoil. And my grandpa, he was a provider, he legacy, like, you know, my mom had her fall from grace. My grandpa stepped in that thing and made sure I was good. But you can't be entitled around my grandpa. You could not be entitled around that man because he believed that we have to work for what we did. Like,
Yeah,
you have to, if you show that you're trying to make it, I got you. I'm gonna
right.
lend a hand. I'm gonna do that. But if you
Absolutely.
sitting at home playing Xbox all day and you can tell me everything that happened on all of the love and hip hops and basketball wives, Miss Ma'am, Miss Sir, Miss Mamas, what are we doing? Like,
But we late on deliverables. We not on time with our products and services updates, changes, back end stuff because it's not ready on time. People don't understand the amount of back end
that you
in
have to do. Like,
order to execute a business. The amount of back end work.
look,
That's why shout out to influencers and content creators because
they are everything. I am every woman. It's in
that is
me.
a whole. I I'm not one. I'm not an influencer. I'm not a content creator, but we post, right? Everyone's on Instagram, everyone's and everything. Instagram is
It's a
very
science.
Instagram is very curated. All of it's curated, but Instagram is very curated. The amount of work it takes to make an Instagram post is beyond me. So when people have this as jobs, they have a team. No one is doing that by themselves and it's their actual job. There's a whole squad.
It's some people who doing it by themselves, and that's how
Which
you
is
know they are
great.
articulating in their gift. They have everything in them to do what they need to do that. Because looking at some of them, I'm like, first of all, you just recorded this 5 different times from 5 different ways so that you can have a 30-second reel. Like,
But I don't so I would like to interview a content creator that's doing it by themselves because the amount of edit snippet putting together music selection, framing, filtering and
Chris,
producing that goes into content, everybody on your team got to execute flawlessly.
it's a beast.
Everybody. So
Not
even
to
like
mention getting your stuff together so that you can try to pitch yourself with your media kit to partners to be able to be sponsored for different events and or products.
I'm saying, we say all that to say, who you hire and who you have on your team, very important. Very
So so this is what you have to think about too, right?
important.
You were given a vision. Your vision needs the right vessels, right? If I had, say for instance, if
On vessel.
um I don't know if you saw like the young man that Keith Lee um promoted in Turks and Caicos. He did like a tour, right?
The
And
little
the little
non-melanated.
guy, he's like real young,
Is
sandy
he
hair.
non-melanated?
He's non-melanated. Yes.
I think I
But
saw that.
but I'm thinking like if you have a business, how many people out there, Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, you know, Virgin Islands, them people were born to swim. They may almost be Namor from Wakanda Forever because all they do is be
He's-
in the water, right? And they know those islands like the back of their hand. Now, if you're creating a business, you got your jet skis, you got your boat, you got, like I went on
Tourism.
one, they made us conch salad. So the guy,
Salad is so good, by the
girl,
way.
he dove in the water, got some conchs, made that conch salad like right then and there. And I was
So
like,
good.
what in the world?
So
But like it was so good though. It was fresh. So you have a business like that. Why would you hire somebody who don't know how to swim? Why would you hire somebody who doesn't understand the waves of the boat just because they're your auntie? If
trying
it's
to
your
get
auntie that knows how to cook, but
people
she's
along
not,
with you.
if it's an auntie that don't know how to cook, but she's not what I call a front facing person, don't have those good customer skills, the auntie that'll cuss you out real smooth fast.
Oh,
I will
stop
let
you there. Wait a minute before we get off that. So yeah, bad idea to have a boat business with people. I almost said another word with people that can't swim. But can we talk? You just said something and it just it triggered my brain. Front facing people. Everybody is not meant to be your front desk receptionist.
no.
Everybody is not meant to be your greeter. Everybody is not meant to answer the phone when people call. That customer service is already underrated, and the importance of it, I think, especially within businesses, black-owned businesses, no shade, no tea, is not emphasized enough. I think that we, in some of these businesses, and I'm gonna speak on Houston, I think some of these black-owned businesses in Houston have lost their mind when it comes to customer service. Just because we are of your kind does not mean that we deserve less when it comes to customer service. But we're gonna circle back to that because that teased me off in the city of Houston. But anyway, when you have people that are answering your phone or the first person people that people receive in your business, they need to be the friendliest, sweetest,
Kind,
kindest. They should probably have a hospitality background, okay? Because there is a art.
not easily triggered.
There is a art and a finesse to being the front face of a business. Period, point blank, the end. You cannot just toss anybody in their job. There's an art to being a server. There is an art there. If there is customer service, if you are people facing or deal with people, there is a art and a certain skill set that you must possess to be in that line of work. Otherwise, it is going to be problematic. And I think people heavily underestimate that. Your food could be delicious, but if your serving staff and your customer service is trash, I'm not coming back.
You know what else? I'm gonna tell y'all this. When you're hiring people, you need to think about these things. Do they believe in your vision?
Do they know
Can
the vision?
do they
Wait,
know your vision?
do they know the vision? Have you communicated as a leader what the vision of your business is and
Right.
who you seek to be? But keep going.
Do they believe in it? Can they execute? Right? Can they elevate the mission? Also, depending on where you have them, can they help you come up with a strategy and be able to help you grow it beyond your channel vision? So sometimes when we have our own business, we need someone that can give us an honest, clean slate vision or response because we can be so head deep into it, we get tunnel vision.
Yeah.
We don't see other things, and they can come in and see what we can't.
100%. That's why your front end manager or whoever your ops person is, I have been in ops for over way too long. Okay. And I've never minded being in the background. Actually, it was my favorite because the CEO was always responsible and gets in trouble for everything. But your ops person is your execution person. So if you're in the restaurant, that's your front of the house manager, back of the house manager, right? Oh, my favorite role in the restaurant was expediter. Don't ask me why. It just was. You got a product or service, your store manager, your operations lead, warehouse, your ops lead. Like these people are the anchor because they're going to understand your visions, but they are responsible for executing it. And if they don't understand the vision nor believe in it, your execution is going to fail and you're going to be spending your wisdom. I understand why. Well, you got somebody that don't believe in it. So they're not giving it their all. They're not coming up with strategies. They're not being honest with you when you create something, because CEOs are visionaries. We all know that. And
Yeah.
sometimes, hope bless, I am an executioner. I know that. But some CEOs get so like high level and oh my gosh, this is great. They have no idea how it's going to happen. And
Yeah.
it's your responsibility as that person, your right hand, your ops executioner, your right hand, to be honest with you. I understand your vision. I see your vision, but let me tell you why that's not going to work. Or we need to do XYZ in order for it to be successful. If you don't have a person that has the gall or the cojones to challenge you and love you enough and want your business to succeed as much as you do, it's not going to work. It is not going to work.
But
But
on another note, on the other hand,
what?
a CEO or a owner have to be able to take that criticism. They have to be able to take that
Hello,
feedback.
somebody.
They have to be able to, you just because you came up with the idea doesn't mean you have the fortitude or the know-how to execute it. You are the visionary. You need those people. So what I find is that a lot of owners will say, well, I created this, I did this, I did that, I did this, and you
You need
need
to
to do it
run.
this way. There's more than one ways to
You need to
skin in the
run.
game, baby.
If you're around owners and CEOs or bosses that do that, that say that, run. That's not the place for you. That
Yeah.
person is going to crash and burn. That's a great point. I think I read this book. I forgot the title of the book, but it was talking about growth mindset versus fixed mindset. When you have a growth mindset, you don't one, you know that you don't know everything. You have a continuous learning mindset, which is very healthy, by the way. The second is that you don't see mistakes as failures, they're opportunities to learn. That type of mindset changes everything. Because when you have a person that can't receive feedback or swear they know just because of their boss, or we gonna do it because I said it and this my business, quit right now. Quit
Immediately.
right now. If you quit right now, because that is going to be a stressful environment. um, you're not going to be successful in the way that you could be if you were open to learn and to grow. And it creates a bad work environment for everybody involved. Everybody involved. And that's a if you work around people like that, move, leave, arrivederci, adios amigos.
Going back to hiring your family and friends, right? I want to give y'all examples. You have this business. It's a great business. Your cousin is normally good with money.
I don't know where you're going, but I can't wait.
Family and money is like what happens when either somebody gets married or somebody's getting buried. That's a very, very sticky time. If I were you, I would have somebody else do your finances because they're unbiased. They remember how you were talking about that Thanksgiving time and those holidays. When you bring family and money together, depending on the person, right? Depending on the person, you might have a cousin that's been a CFO for a Wells Fargo bank or,
Right.
some kind.
Yeah, they believe in your vision. Come on, cousin.
Come on, cuz like
Yeah.
they believe in your vision, right? But you're always remember that your vision is sacred because it was given to you, not to them. But don't hand it to somebody who only see you and not what you're building. They need to be able to buy into what you are building and want to see it grow. Not because they trying to get some money, we all trying to get some money, but they believe in the vision. They believe in the pillars. They can help you grow that business and bring their know-how into that situation. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense. I just, unless you the CFO or been majored in finance, you not. I don't care who you are, Aunt Betty, cousin Tim. My business finances, absolutely not. You cannot
Oh,
trust
just
that with.
because you can help me go through a 1040. That don't mean that you about to be my
Or
CFO.
you a 1099 for a company and now all of a sudden you the expert in taxes. Get out of here.
And it's a lot of people that's going around talking about they do taxes. I'm like, I'm not playing with y'all because
Even though our government is a circus, I'm not playing with the I, the R, or the S. Okay? It's a couple initials I don't play with. Them, TSA, okay, the CIA, okay, the
all
F,
the A's,
all of them,
all the alphabets,
all
the,
the alphabets.
the
I want them
FBI's,
out of my business. Because why?
the
So yeah,
only one I want to mess with is the SBA. Like,
okay. Run me some coin. Other than
yeah,
that,
that's about it.
I'm trying to
So
stay out the way. Okay, so I want to make sure that we close all the points. So hiring family and friends. What's that data point again? How many people regret it?
a 1 and 3.
And I get it. It may be the easier thing because you're starting out, you grinding, you trying to get it out the mud, etc. Change that as soon as possible. But if they're proving themselves and they in there with you and they doing good, absolutely. But when you start noticing that you are not growing as a business and that person actually don't know what they talking about, and it was cool while cousin Niecy them was handling your marketing for you, but she don't know what she doing and you need a strategy, go ahead and let's get some the right people in the right place. That way you can avoid contentment and throwing off Thanksgiving and all those other things.
Because resentment builds when like their work and personal life blur.
Yeah, now you lost a cousin, a friend, like, don't nobody want to do that.
Right.
And then the importance of customer service. That went in your data point. We talked about that in the middle, and then I got a little passionate about Houston because
You know what? I think it's from my
customer
background.
service.
It's from our backgrounds, the non-corporate jobs, right? Where we were taught customer service. Because I tell people all the time, I'm a customer service snob because I worked at Apple Retail. So
Customer service stop. I worked in the food industry. I've worked in retail. I've worked in customer facing roles. Like, I am a customer service snob, and I focus on Houston because I heard it's a problem in Atlanta too. But I don't live there, and sadly, I have not been. Rolling your eyes, smacking teeth, trash customer service, take forever to serve a table. Your kitchen running behind, but you act like it's my fault. Like I was just supposed to accept the fact that it took me 45 minutes to get a drink. Cups is sticky. Just like
out of line.
out of pocket. And then if I call something out, maybe a sticky table, a dirty glass, or a dirty cup,
You
you
don't
roll
want to
your eyes
support.
at me. Baby, the dishwasher not doing its job. Or I think people underestimate, not a or, and I think people underestimate the effect, the positive effect or impact that just simple communication. I think simple communication, it will save.
Every a lot.
Yes, if you're in a restaurant business and your kitchen is behind, as a manager or as a server, go to the table. Hey guys, sorry about that. Our kitchen is a little behind. Your food's taking a little bit longer than expected. Have X on the house. That will appease people in ways you don't. But just taking forever, and then now you got, a table that's like, what's going
Right.
on? And now you're treating them like they the angry black lady or angry black
Right.
people. No, you dropped the ball on effective communication. So these are the results. Don't get mad at them. You know what I mean? Or just if you sell a product or service and you know your shipping is behind, go ahead and send out an email.
Right.
Running
Obviously,
behind. They don't have
obviously
to
they
pay for
didn't.
weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like simple communication and honesty about what's happening. Don't reveal how the sausage is made.
And
Nobody care about that. But
and
just
be smart.
communication. Huh?
You saying that made me think. Be smart about it, right? For one, the people with the restaurants, I be like, obviously y'all didn't play Diner Dash, and then
First of all, what is Diner Dash?
girl, it's a game. You never played Diner Dash, where it's a game and you working in a restaurant and you better hurry up and serve them people and serve them correctly so you can get your money. We can talk about that later. But obviously they didn't play Diner Dash.
Heard of Dine and Ditch, but I've never heard of the game.
No, it's a game called Diner Dash. They didn't play that. And it also made me think about Dang. What did you just say? Say your last part again.
I don't know. I was passionate about trash customer service in Houston, so I don't know.
Yeah. So you were talking
Oh, I was
about
saying if you were a product or service sending out an email to like let people know that your shipping may be
so
behind or you're having, logistical issues. Sum it up. Don't
so
give them all the meat and
yeah.
potatoes, but just something to inform people. People are way kinder and have more patience when they feel informed about what's happening.
That made me think about, the company Away, the luggage company
Mm-hmm.
Away. So
Mm-hmm.
when they first came out, they did not meet their product deadline. So what they did was the people who purchased it, they created a coffee table book with people in their travels and sent it to them for the people who was waiting for their products. So
Mm-hmm.
you can do something like that. Think out of the box, people. Like if you have some type of product or something, like say for instance, if you sell dog toys, poll your customers and say, "Hey, we want to put together something amazing. Send us your pictures with your of your puppy with their favorite toy. Put that in the book and send that to them people and say thank you." Like people want to see their people.
Customer appreciation does not have to be some grandiose,
No.
you can even do a digital book,
Yeah.
you know?
Puppy
Yeah,
of the week.
it's customer service goes a long way. Um, I just that's all I'm gonna say about that. Customer
So I'm
goes a
gonna
long
recap y'all. So make sure, like when you're dealing with it the fallout can have real world consequences. Okay, so you want to think about the conflict of interest. It's hard to hold friends and family accountable sometimes. So you need to have that clear boundary and that clear talk. Like, hey, when we enter into this space, these are our positions and you have to respect me because it's a respect thing
It's tough conversations you need to have, and you need to have them up front, though. It's better to have them up
up
front than
front.
yeah.
Up front. And then we want to talk about that entitlement mindset, right? I should have a say just because I know you, or how dare you talk to me because blah 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 XYZ. Like, no, that ain't gonna work. Or also like resentment builds when work and personal lines blur. You have to separate the two, right? And like Cat Williams said, sometimes you gotta tell them no. Like some people you just can't work with them. You know you can't. Just say no. It's
Fans,
okay.
family, foe, whatever. The
Just
business
say no.
relationship is not going to work. And that's okay. And we can love each other and be cool. Maybe you're the brunch friend. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know? Okay. I love this topic. I'm happy. I cannot wait. Okay, so as an audience, please leave comments, especially about if you've experienced bad customer service. I love that topic because I just think people are getting away with it. And these prices, don't get me started on some of the
Ridiculous.
prices that people are charging and giving out trash customer service. Have you lost your mind?
I went to this food truck and I got y'all. I love oxtails, right? I got this oxtail plate. It was 4 oxtails on there, and I paid $38 for oxtails, and it wasn't the big meaty ones. It was those little skinny ones that's mostly bone.
I'm not making that face because it's oxtails. I'm making that face because you just said $38.
38. I was trying to support the people.
Was it worth $38?
Did
Was
you
your
just hear me say
experience
four?
what
Four.
the experience?
Wasn't no experience. It was a food truck.
That's your bad friend. I just even the person that was checking you out, like it wasn't like a great experience when you felt that
First
34.
of all, I was in line for a long time. So by the time I got out there, they didn't have the juice that I wanted because I love juice, y'all. I wanted this pineapple ginger juice. I had to get cucumber.
Friend, that sounds like you took a L voluntarily though.
I did, but I was so hungry.
Convenience. Make
What's
so
that?
okay. You paid for convenience, it sound like. You
I
knew
did because
you
I
knew
didn't
the
have
job was
time to go
dangerous when
nowhere
you signed
else.
up. You knew the job was dangerous when you signed up because that 34 wouldn't have saw me. Would have
I
seen
couldn't
me.
go nowhere
Smooth,
else.
smooth.
But she made up for it because she felt bad. So she gave me a sorrel with the cucumber and she took some money off. But
What
still,
is
y'all,
yeah.
it was a Jamaican food truck.
Okay, but what's the surreal?
I think it's called sorrel. Sorrel?
Are you mispronouncing these people's
I
names?
am. It's Sorrel, I believe.
Somebody help us, because I dang sure don't know how to say it.
Look, I know some West Indians that's probably looking at this, and I know some of my friends will be like, TC, I done taught you that so many times. But I mess up stuff. I'm human. I ain't Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, we've gone on several tangents, but I love this for us.
Yeah.
It's a
We
podcast.
missed each other. We miss you guys.
It's a podcast.
We're
It's what
back.
we're here for. We're back. Okay.
I ain't
So
can't
drop a
bounce
comment
topic.
if you've experienced bad customer service, or if you've paid for something that was overpriced but you didn't mind because the customer service was bomb.com. Reach out to us in the DMs if you need help letting go of bad people, because we can write you a whole plan for that. And how to hire and find the right people and change your hiring best practices so that you can get the right people for the job. And that is the name of an individual's business, and I hope he doesn't sue me for just saying that. So, DM us, comment. We can help. And either way, we can get you to the right people if it's not ourselves, in order for your business to continue to grow and scale. That will be your Genesis moment, starting all over. So I love that. I love that for us and them and everybody that is positively impacted. Questions, comments, snide remarks, leave in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe and to notifications, and follow us on
TikTok.
Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. Until
Next time.
peace and blessings, beautiful people.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Out that thing.